is Darkly Inclined. If you like spooky, gothic, or dark themes and subculture, you might have come across the word darkly inclined, but what exactly is it? Is it an adjective to describe people who are into darker things, or is it the subculture, or what? Well, a disclaimer, I'm not making this video to define this darkly inclined term, and definitely not to encourage that everyone should fit in some sort of label. But if you like gothic aesthetic or spooky stuff and you are looking for more sources, inspiration, music, or communities, this video is for you. So, what is darkly inclined? By looking at the limited sources available, which are just online forums, YouTube videos, and Urban Dictionary, darkly inclined is an adjective to describe someone who embraces a spooky, atmospheric lifestyle centered on dark aesthetics. Some prominent themes of the darkly inclined would be creepy Halloween, eerie music, gothic literature, dark alternative fashion, or Tim Burton, especially Tim Burton. From my own understanding, it's dark and it leans toward an airy or creepy vibe. The term is very, very broad and I think it's good to keep it that way. I don't know who came up with this term or when, but I'm sure it's not new. I've seen videos relating to this term posted since 12 years ago, but if you have seen it way earlier, please tell me also. If darkly inclined refers to people who love darker aesthetics, then what's the difference between darkly inclined and goth? I've already made a video explaining the differences between gothic and goth already, and a similar logic applies here. Most people might think of a goth as just someone who likes darker things or simply wears all black every day, but people in the goth subculture or goth are those who listen to and are fans of gothic rock music. And that's it. That's the difference. People who are darkly inclined might love all things creepy and gloomy but might not listen to gothic rock music while goth do. And also, even though goth are typically associated with wearing black color, not all goth wear black. Sometimes you can find random dude on the street and they might be goth. But at the same time, goth can also be darkly inclined as well. Then how does darkly inclined differ from gothic? These two terms do overlap a lot. We can say that most gothic things like gothic literature and fashion are pretty darkly inclined, except for the gothic tribe of course. But darkly inclined doesn't need to be gothic. Creepy horror things or Halloween horror are not gothic, but are often seen in darkly inclined tags. Gothic fashion is popular among people who are darkly inclined, but so does metal-inspired, emo, grunge, punk, and witchy fashion. So that one was cleared. But what about the differences between being darkly inclined and being alt or alternative? It might sound like a fuss to try to differentiate all these terms, but I promise this one is simple. If you look at the definition of alt, it's an umbrella term for any subculture, aesthetic, and music style that diverge from the mainstream. That means not every alternative fashion needs to be dark, it just needs to, divert from the mainstream. Some alt music or subcultures that are generally not dark are indie and vaporwave. Even though most alt subcultures people know about would lean towards darker tones like punk, emo, goth, or metal. Still, not all songs from these generally darker genres are darkly inclined. For instance, metal songs that are actually very positive and not at all dark do exist. What do darkly inclined people love? To get more ideas aside from the things I've mentioned a few minutes ago, which include creepy Halloween themes, airy music, gothic literature, dark alternative fashion, and Tim Burton, I've gone through YouTube videos, Reddit communities, subreddits, Tumblr, and a few other places, and here are some of the most common things people share. Dark paintings or art, whether it's famous or classic paintings, or their own artwork. Alternative or dark fashion like gothic, punk, emo, dark Victorian, or witchy styles. Dark or spooky DIY and home decor. I think I've seen stuff like gargoyles, incense burner, or skull lamps posted somewhere. Gothic literature mostly, but also some dark fantasy. music with gloomy or dark tones. I'll expand the music list in the next section. Movies like The Addams Family, Vampires movie, Dark Christmas movies. Icons or characters like Edward Scissorhands and Lisa Frankenstein, and some gothic rock artists like Susie Sue or Robert Smith, and some other photos with elements of roses, skulls, clown, witches, and other gloomy themes. I'll take this opportunity to share some dark visual artists as well. For classic painters, of course, Caravaggio is the first one on the top of my head. I think a lot of darkly inclined people would appreciate Baroque paintings. Some other artists would be Edvard Munch, Henry Fuseli, and the atmosphere in John Atkinson Grimshaw's painting is a chef's kiss. Last one, the paintings named Oh What's That in the Hollow and Night with Her Train of Stars by Edward Robert Hughes are just fantastic. For more modern artists, obviously I have to mention the name Abigail Larson, very iconic, very inspiring. Some other modern artists I follow are Strange House, Grempelin, Utter Ruin, Nata Vedana, Astrono 77153462, is that how you pronounce it? Hiratayodom, Dolce Paganne, and somebody from the comments suggested Davidstoupakis to me a while ago. Just in case you want some book recommendations too, I've already made a video about Gothic literature and there's a recommended book section there. Check it out if you want to. Here's a quick list of music genre for people who like darker vibes. This is only my suggestion, so you can add more in the comment section if your favorite genre isn't mentioned. We'll start from the genres that Goth listen to, including Gothic rock, like Susie and the Banshees, The Sister of Mercy, and Virgin Prunes. Dark wave, including Clan of Simos, Dinah Lacaine, and Love Spirals Downwards. Ethereal wave, like Cocteau Twins, Dead Can Dance, and Violet Tears. Cold wave, like Norma Loy, Asylum Party, and Lebanon Hanover. Some other music genres include Gothic metal, like Type O Negative, Blackbriar, my favorite, and Tiamat. Symphonic metal, like Nightwish, Within Temptation, and Epica. Doom metal, like Black Sabbath, Electric Wizard, and My Dying Bride. Dark ambient, like Nosakana, Atrium Cacheri, and Autumn Tears. Dark cabaret music, like Aurelio Voltaire, Rasputina, and Sarah and the Safe Bird. Noir jazz, like Boren and the Club of Gore, the Kilimanjaro Dark Jazz Ensemble, and I think many songs by Barry Adamson also fit. Southern Gothic, like 16 House Power, Port Sulphur Band, and Murder by Death. As I said, darkly inclined is a very broad term, so don't feel like you need to restrain yourself with only these genres. There's still other genres to explore, especially punk and emo. There's also this term dark pop being used also. So my point is that just listen to whatever you want to listen. And that's it. That's everything I have to say about the term darkly inclined. Reflecting back a bit, though I don't think I need to think about it that much. Most of my artwork are pretty darkly inclined. Most of them are black and white, they are blurred, gothic literature, dark folklore influences, the macabre, stuff like that. I'm not defining my artwork as darkly inclined or gothic inspired, of course. Just an observation, I guess. I actually don't know how the majority of people think of this word. I don't take it that seriously, personally, even though I've just made an entire video about it. I mean, I don't think of it as a negative term, even though I've seen some people do think about it as that. I don't know why. But for me, just by going through the community, I discovered so many things, like the song Animal Cannibal from Possibly in Michigan by Karen Skladiny, which is creepily amazing. So it's great for me that we have somewhere to just share generally gloomy and dark things with one another. But what about you? What do you think about this word? Do you think of yourself as darkly inclined or not? That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and see you on the next journey. At first I was a bit hesitant if I should make a video about this or not, but seeing how little information we have online, I feel like this should not be a bad decision.